Hello, people. Hello, my friends. Hello, YouTube. I am live now. I am live and I came to answer your questions. I'm going to give it some time for people to join me. I'm giving it some time. So come on, I'm going to answer most of your questions. You have asked me very, very many questions. And I really appreciate that. I do. I'm going to give it a few minutes. Call your friends. I cannot see anybody. So I'm going to give it 4 minutes before I start. One person has joined me. Thank you for joining. Kindly type a hi there. A hi. That way I will be able to acknowledge you. Type hi and I will acknowledge you there. Gonna give it some time before I start. 2 people have joined there. Gonna give it some time. 2 people. 2 people have joined me there. I'll acknowledge you here in a little bit. I am going. 6 people have joined. Thank you for joining me. We are waiting for people to join. I'm gonna start in a few minutes here in a little bit. Five people are watching. I am here waiting for you guys. Come and join me. I am waiting for you people to come. 8 people. We are gonna start here in a little bit. I'm giving it a few minutes. I'm giving it a few minutes for you guys to join. I'm going to start in a minute because I have so many questions that have been asked by you people, and I feel I should come here and answer them. In my WhatsApp group, there are so many questions there. So doing a live is the best thing for me to do so that I can make sure that I have answered every question. I am waiting. I can see some people have joined, and I am going to acknowledge them here in 30 seconds. Good morning. Here it's morning. Type there and tell me what time it is, wherever you are. It's morning here. It's 10:03 a.m. in the morning, the 9th of October. 9th of October, 2021. I'm here live. 11 people have joined. Thank you for joining Charities Bubble USA. I am waiting for you guys to come on so that we can iron all those questions that we have about the DV lottery. They say that it's 6:03 p.m. in Kenya. 6:03 p.m. in Kenya. If you're watching me from somewhere else, please let me know. So let me see. I think I have a group here. Now let me acknowledge some people. Budayasias Riregu, thank you for joining me. Brian Kiprochitich, hi, that is my regular one. He comes all the time. Erica hello Charity, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Grace Rimo, hello Charity, tuned in kama kawaida. Asante for being there for us. Thank you, Grace, for always being there when when I am here. Adamu Saidu, hi. Michael Michael Onyango, thank you for joining me. Grace Wairimu again. America, we are going by fire, by force. May we are waiting for positive results. Yes, I told you guys you must be positive in life or for your things to go on nicely. 13 people there. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Lois Mehari, 6:03 p.m. in Kenya. Thank you for that. The boys, thank you for that. Good evening, 6:05 p.m. in Qatar. So the time zone there is the same. And I'll call your friends. I need you to give this video a thumbs up. 12 people are watching, so I hope that you have given it a thumbs up. Because when you give it a thumbs up, it encourages me to go on. Eric Agwe is in Qatar. It's 6 a.m. Prosper Yo Agbeko. Hi, dear mom. Thank you for joining me. Now, I hope that you have done your application. And if you have not done your application yet, I posted a video yesterday detailing how to go about it. Now, before I start with questions, I'm going to pull up my WhatsApp group here in a little bit. And before I go there, I want to talk about the mailing address, because the mailing address has given people a lot of trouble. Now, when you win your green card, nobody is going to contact you using your mail, your PO box, your letter, with a letter. Let me make it simple about that mailing address. Now, when you look at that mailing address, the first box says in care of. In care of means that you are using someone else's. It can be a church, it can be a school, it can be your friend's PO box that you are using. That is the only time that you can write in care of that person, or in care of a certain church, or in care of a certain organization, because that is where you have access to the post office box. Now, if you have your own post office box or mailbox, you skip that optional part. Do not write anything there, and just write an address. PO Box 45, whatever. PO Box, whatever. Just write an address. It doesn't matter. Write an address there. And do not sweat on that. When it comes to the zip code, you find that in the American system, the mailing address is very important. And that is why that question is there. Because here in the US, we receive all our information by the mail. So it's an important aspect. And remember, they want you to, it's like when you're inviting someone in your house, you have to tell them an overview of your house, of whatever you do in your home. Now, the mailing address is an American system. I'm not saying that there is no mail in wherever you are in the country, but you find that most people, they receive an email, because the mailing system, it's not very common. But here in the US, it's very common. So do not stress on that question. The zip code that you should be entering there, you can write 254 if you do not know the zip code. 254 is the number that is in front of your number. So kindly do not stress so much on that question. So if you do not have an email, a post office, a mailing box, you just write in care of. And if you do, omit that part and you'll be fine. You'll be okay. So do not stress on that. Now, the thing that I need you to stress so much about is your email address. Your email address must be the one that you have access to. 15 people are watching me, and I'm going to acknowledge some people people here in a little bit. And I didn't introduce myself. I just started talking. My name is Charity Ngaga. Charities Babo USA, your #1 channel, where I come here and explain, give you tips on how to be successful, especially when you are filling the form. I come here so that I can help you to be independent. I need you to be independent, because when you come to live here in the US, you must be independent. You must be independent, and it starts even when the kids are little. You have to teach them how to be independent. So when I tell you that this is the process, and you can do it, and it's self-explanatory. Try and do it for yourself, because even when you come here in the US, nobody is going to do stuff for you. You have to do stuff for yourself. It's not like you find that in most African settings, you find that the man is the head of the family. So the most important things are done by the man. In the US, it's a little bit different. Even right now, if I give you an example, my 5-year-old right now, she's in kindergarten. If I try to do something for her, she tells me, "Mommy, I can do it for myself." That is the American way, and that is why I'm trying to explain that form so that you can understand. So do not stress so much about the mailing address. Don't stress, so do not stress on that. But your email address, is like your name. Let me use the name of my on my screen here, Prosperyo Agbepo at yahoo.com or at gmail.com. If you are filling your green card, make sure that it is your personal. And I have used his name because his name, if he has a yahoo.com or a gmail.com, that's an email address. I am saying that so that you can use your own personal one. Do not use your husband's mailbox. Do not use your wife's. Do not use your mother's, your parents' mailbox, especially if you're doing an application when you are 18 to 21. Because I said, when you have kids who are below 21, you can add them, and they can also make a separate application. Now, those kids, they should not use your email address. They should have their own separate email address. So I am kind of trying to help you guys here to be independent. I need you to go there and do the application correctly. And that is why I said, I am not going to come here live and use someone's passport or information to fill out the green card. No, I will not. But I have done a video that I have explained everything on how to go about that form. So I'm going to acknowledge some more people here as we are going on. Let me see. Peter Mwangi, hello, Babo. Thank you for joining me. Prosper, I had talked about that one. Useless Mihaki, hi, Charity. I'm in here at Mumbai, India, 20:35 p.m. Thank you for joining me. What if you don't have a PO box? If you do not have a PO box, use the one for your church or for the nearest school, and write that on top, in care of, you write that the name of that school, and then you will write the address. That's it. That's it. That you need to write. Edith Gema, hi Charity, good update. God bless you. Thank you for that. Joyce Kawera, hi Charity, thank you. Juma Waziri, picha inatakiwa iweje? Sasa kuna video pale niliweka ya picha. Enda pale kwa on my YouTube channel, Charities Baba USA. Kuna ile video na nime explain vizuri vile utanini, but I wanna do another one where you guys will see how you upload it and how you save it. And there's part of it on the application that I did yesterday, but I'm going to do a separate one so that you guys can whatever. Minaz Ibli, hi, we are tuned. Juma Waziri, watching you from Tanzania. Asante sana hapo ndugu yangu for joining here in Charities Baba USA. Now, I am going to pull up my WhatsApp group here. So I'm going to share my screen here so that, and I will show you the URL there. So if you need the link, let me see. Oh, where is that? What's up? Window, Chrome tab. Oh, here. What's up? Share. Now, I have a screen here that I have shared, and I am going to make it big. So you might not be able to see my face, but I am going to talk about these questions, and then we will see how that one goes. Now, so I'm going to go there. So, like I said, the WhatsApp group is Charities Baba USA Funds. The information, I don't know if I'm able to type the URL here. Invite, copy link, and then I can go back here and try to paste it here for you guys. There we go. Ooh, that's easy. That's very easy. And then I am going to come here and I am going to pin it. Now that is my the WhatsApp link that you need to click on so that you can be able to join us. Now, let's go to whatever that group and see. There are so many questions there. Oh my gosh, they are very many. So I am just going to scroll down here and read them. And then, and if they look the same, if they're the same questions, then I will just answer it in general. and then you can hear what I'm saying. Now, all these people are asking you questions. Another thing that I want to let you know, if you are in my WhatsApp group and you have written a question, and sometimes I have not responded on time, I normally work at night. Now it is during the day in the US, but I don't work every day. I only work 3 days a week. But if I am working, I have to go come and sleep a little bit, and then wake up, and then come and tend to your questions. So if it is taking time, sometimes do not be upset. And that is why I want to do this live, because I might not be able to type all those questions, but I am going to make sure that I go through most of the questions that you guys have asked me. Now, yeah, I'm going to reach there. Now, let's see, because I know there are some that I had answered. Now, let's talk about these questions. This question about education, and let us talk about work experience, because I want you guys to understand this. Now, if you went up to high school, let me put my face here. I like to see exit full screen. Now, if you went to high school and reached Form 4 and you graduated and you have your KCSE certificate, you do not need work experience. America does not care the work that you're doing at that point, because you have already qualified, because you went up to Form 4. So I do not want you to stress if you went up to Form 4, or if you went to higher education in your country. If you went to higher education in your country, do not worry about work experience. Now, work experience is for those people who did not go to high school. They did not go to high school, or maybe they went to high school part of it and they did not graduate. That means they did not get the certificate. So if someone is from Tanzania, then they would say maybe they went up to Form 6. If you do not have that, then that is when they need your work experience. Because I can see that people are kind of lost there. So if you went up to high school, do not worry about work experience. Work experience is for that person who has not gone to high school, who has not done secondary education. So, and there they have said high school, they have said high school degree. Now, if you have gone to high school, click there, high school degree, and you will be good to go. You will be good to go. Now, the work experience is for those people who never went to school. You did not go to school up to high school. Maybe you reached class 8, maybe you reached Form 2 or Form 3, but you went and did a certain course. Maybe you went and did something like interior design. I'm going to use the ones that qualify so that you guys get me right. Now, if you have done that, then they will, if you don't have that high school certificate, then if you went for and did interior design, that means you went to a vocational school. You will enter vocational school, and then your course, the one that you did, that is what you will explain later after you have won your green card. So do not worry. If you have gone all the way to high school, don't worry. If you are a teacher, you're good. If you're a policeman, you are good. Because if you're a secretary and you're hired somewhere. Now, secretary, if you type the word secretary on the website that verifies those work description, you will find that secretary does not qualify, because secretary is a job zone 3. But for you to be hired as secretary, I am sure you went up to high school. You went up to high school and you did that secretarial course, but that job doesn't qualify. But you are still qualified because you went up to high school. So if you have gone up to high school, it doesn't matter the work that you are doing, you are good to go. Now, if you did not go to high school, you must prove that you have work experience. It is very high standards, their work experience, because it has to be a job zone 4, and I know most people will fall under the category of job zone 3. And I think I should pull up that website here so that I show you guys so that you understand what I am saying. .net online here. Now, let me pull up this website here for you guys so that let me share it here so that you can know where to go, so that you know because I need you guys to know Chrome tab here, .net online, share. Now, this is the website. I hope that you can see it. Let me make it big. Yeah, there. Now, when you go to this website, you come here, you find occupations, click there, and then here, let me start interior design. Go, you click there, go. Now here we have interior designers. I will click there, and then I will come all the way down here. So when you click the work that you are doing, you will come all the way here, and you will look. These are the activities. You can read all this stuff. I don't want to read all that, but you come here. You look at this, the education level that is required. Now, you can have bachelor's degrees, associate degree, and post-baccalaureate certificate. So this one can go, this is the education that you have done. And then when you come here, all the way down, I want to look at the job zone. Now, this is a job zone 4. It is a job zone 4. Considerable preparation needed. Most of these occupations require 4-year bachelor's degree, but some do not. See? Some do not. Some of these jobs do not require a bachelor's degree. Okay? So if you went to a vocational school, because here they have said that, but some do not require, this one qualifies, because this is what I have been telling you. The title or the job zone, you come here, it's a job zone 4, and an SVP range here, the one that I have given here, is 7.0 to 8.0. So that is how you know. So what I want you guys to do is that just come and type the work that you are doing. Now let me type, I'm just going to type one more type of work, so that I was talking about secretary. And I need you to get me this one right, because I do not want you guys to say that a secretary cannot fill out a green card. No, I want you to whatever. So secretaries and administrative assistants. Now I will come all the way here and look at the job zone. Look at this job zone. It is job zone 3, medium preparation needed, an SPVP of 6.0 to 7. Now this one qualifies. It qualifies. Now let me go back, because I know there's another category that doesn't qualify. Let's go back and click on this one. And yeah, now this one is a secretary, administrative assistants, except legal and medical and executive. Maybe you are a secretary and you are at the receptionist. Maybe you work for a certain company as a there at the reception. Now, if you enter that secretary, just a regular secretary who maybe would be at the reception, or maybe it's a personal secretary. If you type here, this is a job zone 2, very low, with an SVP range of 4.0 to 6.0. Now that one is not going to qualify. That's what I want you to get. But before you became a secretary, you went up to high school before you were hired. So you still qualify through your education. So if you have gone up to high school, do not worry about the job zone. Okay? So I hope that we are clear on that, because I needed us to be clear on that. Now, let me go back to the WhatsApp so that I can answer more questions, because I said, let me see if I have shared this screen share. The Chrome tab, WhatsApp, share. Okay, let me make it big. So I have talked about education there. So what is the highest level education? So if you went to primary school, you will enter there. High school degree is if you finished. Vocational school, if you went and did something like interior design, some university courses, you are still in university, you haven't graduated yet, you enter there. University degree, you enter there. Some graduate level courses, if you haven't finished your master's degree, you enter there. But if you have your master's degree, you will come and do here. If you're doing a doctorate and you're still in school, you still haven't graduated, you'll say some doctorate level courses and then a doctorate degree. Now, I do not want you to write a level that you have not achieved. Maybe you say that I am going to say that I have a doctorate, and maybe you have a high school degree, and think that think that the high school education or the degree is going to help you qualify. It is not going to help you qualify. Even someone here in the US, when they apply for you, because someone might text you and tell you, let me apply for you, and then you can pay me a little bit of money, I will increase your chance of winning. Nobody will increase your chance of winning. The only thing that will increase your chance of winning is if you fill out that form correctly, and if you upload the right photo, and if you use a current passport. Those are things, because first of all, before they take before all those applications are taken to the final part for the selection, they must eliminate what is wrong. Because if they do not eliminate what is wrong, then that means that everybody who has done mistakes, then I will qualify. No, you have to do it right. And the video, when that guy, remember the video that I pulled up for you guys when it was announced, that person, and I always like to refer to him, he said that you have to fill out that form correctly. Now, those are chances for you to win. So I need you to be vigilant when you're filling out that form. You calm down and do it. Don't do it in a hurry. Do not do it in a hurry. Let's assume that you have entered your passport number and you have entered a wrong number, and you submit, because it will go. When you submit, then that will be a mistake, because the consular is not gonna, you cannot say that I made a mistake. And why I am saying this is that being an African, we are used to making mistakes and assuming that it doesn't matter. Yes, it matters, especially on that photo, especially on your passport number, because those are identifiers. An identifier is something that will make them identify this person. And that is why I told you guys, do not make double entries. If you make a double entry, remember, you're putting on your passport number, you're putting on your photo there, and you're putting on your date of birth. They have very high-tech computers. They will detect that you have made double entries, and you will be disqualified. So just make one entry and make it right. So I hope that we are clear on that. So I have talked about education there. So if you are doing your application and you find that the website has told you like it is not available, or maybe whatever, check your internet. And then because if it goes away, you have to reapply again. Make sure that your internet is good when you're doing that, so that you don't have to repeat. Now, if you see any whatever, say maybe the computer is saying no configuration, give it time. Do not start applying immediately, because you do not know if it has already gone. But after some time, then if you do not see the success and you do not see the confirmation number, then you can reapply. Okay, so I need you guys to be patient. So I said, if you have gone to high school, and that is if you see me scrolling, I'm reading, then that is what the question is relating to what I have talked about. Now, there's someone who is saying here, if you are applying, because the site will go out of service, if you stay, if you write both high school and work experience. No, don't do that. Don't write high school and work experience. I want you to write the level of your education that you are on at that time. Now, so here he said, this person said this. Now, if you have not finished university, but you are still in the university right now, maybe you are doing engineering, and you have not, maybe it's your first year or second year, you will say some university courses. A university degree is if you have graduated and on that major. I hope we are understanding. Now, so I think I have answered that question. Now, the job the job experience, I've gone to o.net, and I need you to enter what you are doing. But do not go to o.net. Now let me show you my face here so that you can see what I'm saying. Do not go to o.net if you have gone to high school. Don't go there. I do not want you to go there. You only go to o.net if you have not gone to high school. That is the only time that you will go there. So if you have gone to high school, kindly do not go there. 25 people are watching me. So let me see. We are watching with you with my children here in Nyeri. Thank you. Thank you, Minaos, IB. Margaret Wamboy, I'm here watching from Kericho. Thank you for joining. Rahab Kebugi. Hi, Chari. Thank you, ma'am. You're doing a good job. Keep it up. Thank you. I hope you're giving this video a thumbs up. Kindly give me a thumbs up. And I will look. I will see the pic. And then when I look at the pic, I will look at the thumbs up. Please appreciate what I am doing. Please appreciate. Thanks for sharing this information very well. Now, let me tell you something about US. Americans are very good If an American knows a path that you can follow and succeed, they tell you. Actually, they tell you a better way to do it. They tell you a better way. Let's assume you are working, like, we work jobs here. And when we work, let me remove this stream so that you can see me nicely. Now, you have a job like me, I am a nurse, and maybe there's another nurse friend of mine who's an American, and then maybe we are just talking, right? And then she's like, I work this job, and here they are paying more. Or why don't you apply to agency? They will pay you more, because when you go to work for an agency, you get the normal salary that you're getting in a regular job per hour. They add you maybe $10 or $12 an hour, right? So that person is gonna tell you, maybe you want to move jobs, and they will tell you, instead of going to work there, why don't you go to agency and you will make more money? And they go ahead even to tell you where to apply. You understand what I mean? They don't have that thing of, I am not going to help that person. Or, like the way, like Kenyans, they won't tell you nothing. They won't tell you anything. Even let's assume I have children, and my friend is having children, and maybe they were able to go somewhere. Maybe they went to the US, maybe they went to Canada, or maybe they went to Qatar. You'll find that if you go to that person, genuine Kenyans, they're not going to tell you. They'll be like, no, I don't know, it's this person who did this. They are not straight. Now, Americans are very straight, and that is what I want you to be like. Look, even our neighbors, Tanzanians. Look at our Tanzanians. They just have that heart of like supporting. They support their people. Look at their artists and look at the views that they get. Look at the subscribers that they get, because they appreciate. Now, that is how Americans are. So when you watch my video, give it a thumbs up, comment, call some people to come and subscribe. It is not going to cost you anything, because I am not charging you to give you this information. What I am doing, I'm just coming. I like doing this. So part of me, like, I become fulfilled when I come and talk to people about green card, because that's how I came to the US. And I want you guys to succeed. Even if you're not doing it for yourself, do it for your kids. Because when kids come here, there's a question. I know they're in the WhatsApp group. I'm going to go back to the group. Today I'm not in a hurry. Today I'm not going to be in a hurry. So that person asked, how do children adapt to this life? Now, I came here with 2 kids. My son was in 8th grade, and my daughter was in pre-K. Now, my son was able to adapt better. I know he had some challenges, but since he had gone all the way to primary school and he was in class 8, he knew English, and so he could understand. The only thing that he had that changed in him is that there are some words here that are different. Like, for example, something like soda. Like soda, the normal soda, the regular soda. Instead of them saying soda, they say pop. You see? Now home, I know in Africa most people are supposed to saying we are going for supper, but here we say we are going for dinner. So those terms, that is what he had difficulty with, and then he adapted. Now, if you come here with a child who is below 12 years old, even when you go to school and learn about languages, you find that kids who are below 12 years, they understand, they can adapt to any new language, any new linguistic you give them, they will understand, because their mind is still there. But someone who is over that age, it is difficult. It's difficult. And that is why you find that if my 5-year-old is talking here and my 2-year-old right now is learning to talk, they talk very differently. I can tell. So when you come here with those kids, especially now, let me talk about my 4-year-old. What happened is that when she came, she didn't know English, because remember, Swahili is what we were using. So she would speak in Swahili to the teacher, and the teacher did not understand. So they have a system. They have a system for those foreign kids, because it's not only people from Africa. We have Asians, we have Spanish people. They have a system whereby it's like it's a special education for those who are learning English. And even you, if you come here in the US and you're an adult and you do not know English, they ask you, what is your first language? Or maybe they ask you, is English your second language? Then you will say, English is my second language. Then they will help you more. So kids adapt very well, and they adapt very fast. And when you come with kids here, they don't care. You just go. Like we came in summer. Actually, we came in May, and the school had closed, because the schools closed early May, and we had to go back to school in August. So when I went to take my kids to school, nobody asked me, Are your kids wherever they come from? No, they do not ask you. They just enroll them. When they enroll them, you as a parent, you let them know the strengths of your kids, what they know and what they do not know. And they are very willing to listen. And even if they don't understand you, they will look for an interpreter to help. That is why I am telling you, if you do not want to do it for yourself, because you might be established in Kenya, do it for your kids. You do not want your kids to go into those systems whereby they only hire the kids for rich people, or they only hire people because they are their friends. Because here in the US, even if you are disabled, you are in a wheelchair, you go and ask for a job, they will give you a job. There are so many people who work in supermarkets. There are so many people who work in different stores. You will even go to school. Actually, let me give you an example. When I went to nursing school, my first, when I went to do my major, I remember one of my professors, she was disabled. And she was a very good professor. She was so good. Oh my goodness. So they always give those people chances. It's not like us Africans, we hide at the people who are disabled. No. So when your kids, do not worry when you bring your kids here. They will learn. And when they go to high school, when they are 14, 15 years old, when they are 15, they will get a driver's permit. A driver's permit. Theirs is standing up like this, and ours is, I don't know, let me show you an example here. So for a 15-year-old, their ID will be standing like this. Now this is my ID to show that I am a citizen. So theirs stands up like this, and for adults, after you are 18, it will be like this. See what I mean? So that child is able to take himself to school because you will get them a car, and they will not bother you anymore. They will go to games, and they will have a job. They will go and work in a restaurant for 2 hours, 3 hours every day, and they will have pocket money. That does not happen in Africa. You find that our kids are finishing school, they are going even to university, and then they tarmac. That makes me so sad. Because I even see those people now who are just, you go to town, you put a billboard there, you say, I went to high school, I have my degree, give me a job. That doesn't happen here. Here, any office that you knock in to look for a job, they will give you a job. That's why I love America. When I became a US citizen, like, I was so happy and so overjoyed. And that is why I am telling you, fill out the green card. I will still come here and tell you other ways that you can come to the US, because green card, diversity visa is one of the ways that you can come. So what we want to do, I know that we cannot take the whole of Kenya or the whole of Africa to bring it in the US, but even we should start making our countries more conducive for the young generation. We do not want people who are 100 years old are the ones who are being given those big jobs in the government. No, we don't want. We want our little kids, the ones that we have taken to school, they have that young energy. Now, when you come here in the US, nobody is going to discriminate you. They will not. So let me acknowledge more people here. John Aleto, watching from Nairobi. Naomi Wanjiko is here, is saying, you are right. People don't share information, even relatives, and even know so many people who don't know about DV. It is good to share free information. God bless you. Yeah, share. It doesn't cost you anything to share. Just share, If you ask me whatever, I will, whatever, I'll just whatever. Even sometimes I feel like, oh my gosh, I haven't answered their questions. I just feel it. And that's why I'm doing this live, so that I can answer your questions now. Hi, Charity. Thank you, Marilyn Otieno. I love you, Mama. I saw your channel when we didn't have subscribers, but I saw your potential. Oh, thank you for those who have subscribed. Yeah, I just started the other day. Actually, I started 3 months ago. And I've seen a lot of overwhelming support. And I thank you guys just for being there. So kindly share your email address. I think I should tap it here. And please, I'm going to type an email address here. That is my website. Let me give you guys this one. That is linked to my, and I'm going to put it up on my whatever, on my, well, let me put it on the WhatsApp group. Hold on. Let me put it on the WhatsApp group. Let me go here, and even in WhatsApp group, you'll find my number. Even my number is easier to reach me more than my email. Let me see my email. I pin it here for you guys. I'm not looking for I'm looking for the WhatsApp thingy. So when you go there to my WhatsApp group, you'll find my number, and I shared my email there. Here, yeah, there's the link. Use that link to join the group, and then you can talk to me. My number is there. I don't hide my number. My number is there. So that's what I was talking about. Now let me go back to another question. So I think I talked about those disabled people. Bring them here. Do not hide them. If you have a disabled child, if you have a child who, let's assume your child has a hearing problem, they get help and they go to special schools. If you're blind, they will still get you something to do. Those people who are their mind, they have mentor. When we grew up, we find that every marketplace, there was that person who they had mental problems, and they were dirty, and they did not have food, and sometimes they did not have a place to live. Now here we have those. They have very nice homes for those people. And those people, they are fed, they are given activities to do, they are treated by doctors, and they live a very good life. And even us nurses, we go and take care of those people because they are important. Everybody is important in the US. That's why I love this country. Everybody is important. You will not find someone who has a mental issue walking like the way you find that in Africa, like those people are walking on the streets. Like you even feel bad. It is not like that here. It is not like that. So let me see. Let me go back to these questions. I don't know if I have shared my screen here. Yes, I have, and I want to make it big. Yeah. So let me make it big here so that I can continue with these questions. Okay. So I said most of the question here is about school. There was this lady who was saying that she was a housewife. If she can apply. Now, if you're a housewife, if you went up to Form 4, you're good to go. But if you did not go to high school, you will need to show minimum work experience of 2 years. Now, that one is talking about the passport. If you have not gotten your passport, just be patient, and I know that you will get it. If you do not have a diploma certificate but you finish high school, now uko na KCSE certificate, choose high school degree. That is correct. So these ones are just talking about Nyayo House, about the passport. I hope that you guys get your passport. Then you can also use a temporary passport. And I said, if you use a temporary passport, make sure that you don't write the word TP. When you watch my latest video, I've talked about that. Can I use my phone? Yes, you can use your phone, but you have to be careful when you're using your phone. You have to be careful. I prefer a desktop, and I started saying that from the beginning. I prefer using a desktop. And let's see. I hope you guys can see my screen. I hope you guys can see my screen. Okay, let me see. Now this one was asking about a bachelor's degree, and now they are taking a graduate course. Now there, if you go to the, let me click on the wherever on the levels here. Where is that? Now, if you have you already have a degree and you're still continuing, enter some graduate level courses. And I think someone clicked there. Let me see. What if someone who is in Somalia cannot do his, and I do for him using my address and phone? Now, I said that you are supposed to do it for yourself. But if by any circumstance someone needs to do it for you, you either have to be there physically, or if you're not there physically, they're being there on the phone. Be there on the phone and tell them all the information, because you do not want to blame someone that they gave you the wrong information. Now that one is saying that they got their passport. According to the US, there's something to the US graduate course, means you are done a bachelor's degree here. You are currently taking a graduate course, which is master's here in Kenya. Now, I don't want you guys to get confused on this. Now, what I want you to do right now, or at the time that you are filling your application, the level that you are on, let's assume, and I'm going to give a very simple example here. Let's assume that you are in Form 4 right now, and you are 18 or 19 years old, right? I know you haven't done your exam. Now, If you're going to fill out, you say some secondary, because you have not graduated. So if you win your green card in May, of course, you will have done your exam and you have gotten your result. Then you will have something to write in your DS-260. So what I want you to write, and why I do not want you to dwell in that question, as an individual, when you are going to fill out the form, I need you to say, this is what I am doing. Right now, I am in vocational school. So that is what you will enter. Right now, I have already graduated. I have a master's degree, but I am still continuing. You will say some doctorate education. So that question should be answered according to where you are at that moment. The same case with residential. Where are you at when you are applying? Maybe you are in Qatar. You will write that you are in Qatar. But remember, the first questions, you have to write the date of the place of birth where you are born. So I hope that we are getting clear on that. 45 minutes. We have gone for 45 minutes. 24 people are watching me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me acknowledge some more people here. Saudi Pesa, I want to take my grandchild to the USA, but not on the DV lottery. Please do not add your grandchild. Do not add your grandchild. Because if you do, then that is not your child. That's not your child. What you can do, if that child belongs to your daughter or your son, they can apply for them. Unless you have adopted that child. And what do I mean by adoption? Adoption means that you have adopted that child, you have gone to court, you have legal documents that that is your child. Now, when you adopt a child, remember, you take all the legal rights. You take all the legal rights from that parent, and they become yours. You become the parent. Even the mother of that child or whatever, they have no say in that child. That is what adoption means. So I need you to get that. But do not add your grandchild on that application form. Now, you will be disqualified if you do that. You will get the green card winning, you will win the green card. But when you go to get the visa, they are not going to give you, because you're not supposed to add your grandchild there. Okay. Now, I talked about adoption. You can only do adoption. Now, and I said when you adopt, you have taken all the rights from your son or your daughter, and that child belongs to you. So you are accountable to that child. Okay, I have not renewed my passport. Can I apply? Is it valid? Is it current? If the date that reads there when you're doing your application is current, then you can use that. Thank you for replying. You are welcome, Mary Wanjiro. My child is currently 20. Can I include her if she turns 21 in August 22? Yes, I said below 21. Now, I want to explain this question very nicely. If your child is 21, they are below 21 at the time you're applying. Let's assume that they are 20 years, 10 months. So and then you do the application today. Today they are 20 years, 10 months. And then they turn 21 in 2 months or in 1 month. Now, those ones, they will go with you, because there is a law that prevents those kids from aging out. So at the time of application, if they were below 21 years old, then they will be okay. Because by the time you go to the US, it will be so now you apply today, you will know your results in May, and then you might be traveling to the US the next year. That's when you travel. Because us, when we got ours, we traveled, we knew in May, and then we traveled the other year. We traveled on the other year in May. How can you know that your photo have been accepted after applying? Now it will go success. But let me talk about the photo. I put a video there and said that even if that whatever the photo checker, it just crops. I think I should do a video when I am uploading, so that you guys can whatever. Now it might accept a photo that you have covered your head. It might also accept a photo that you are wearing glasses. Now, before you take your photo to the photo checker, please follow the instructions, follow the requirements, make sure that that photo has met their requirements before you go to the photo checker. The photo checker, what it does is that it crops your photo. And when you go to that way, actually, I don't know if you guys are watching my videos. And that is when when I just look at some questions, I'm like, this person has not watched my video. Because if you watch my video, then I have explained about the photo. So go watch that video. Kindly, Jean, I need you to go watch that video. Make sure that, first of all, before you go to take your photo in the photo check, and the latest one, the video that is there, the first one, how to apply for your green card correctly and win, Actually, I put the wrong photo. I put the wrong photo on purpose. Why? To show you that even a wrong photo can be accepted. You understand what I mean? If you go watch that video and see the photo that I put. Actually, it was the wrong one, and I told you guys I put the wrong one because I do not want to win the green card. I can put it there. I won for the first time. I can put it there and then win again. Now that would be wrong because I have taken from someone else who'd have won, right? So I have put a wrong photo, and that photo, it was uploaded. So before you go to the photo checker will only correct the measurements. Make sure that your photo has a white background, no glasses, all that time. I need you to go watch that video, and then before you go to the photo checker, then you will have done the correct thing. That is what I need you to know. And I also need you to watch my videos because I am giving you this information. The only thing that you need is to sit down and watch it. And do you know why I tell you that you can watch my video? Now let's assume that you're listening to your favorite musician, right? I know you can put their song from morning to evening. Now, if you don't have to sit in front of the screen to whatever, let me come back here and see, because I'm going to acknowledge some people here in a little bit. Now, how, you can say, I don't have time to watch her videos because I'm so busy. Now, I know sometimes maybe you're just walking and you're listening to someone's song, you're going singing, whatever. Put it there and listen to my voice and listen to what I am telling you about this green card thingy. It's just like you're listening. You don't have to see my face or whatever. Just listen. And then you will get it. You understand what I mean? Because like even me, sometimes I put on music and I can listen to music for many hours. The same thing, do it like that. 30 people are watching me. Thank you, 31. Thank you for joining. Married, traditional, and separated. Which documents can I have? Now, when you're married traditionally, and do you have any contact with your husband or anything? Maybe you don't need any documents. Just say that you are unmarried. You'll be fine. You'll be okay. If you have kids, they won't, especially for women, they won't require you to do something like a DNA. But if you're a man and you show up in the embassy with kids, they will want you to do a DNA. So if you are married and you ran away from your husband and you have kids and you enter there that you are unmarried and then you win, because people will be in a dilemma. I will come back here in May and you will see people telling me, I won, can I add my mom? Can I add my wife? I won, can I add my children? I don't want that to happen. Because I know things happen, people run away, people whatever. Include that person because you never know what will happen. Okay? You never know what will happen. Do not leave them out. All right. Hi, madam. Will you be disqualified if you use your brother's address? Now, the email address, use yours. Use yours. Why am I saying this? Because that is the only way that they will contact you. After you have won your green card, there is something called a notification letter, the first notification letter. Now, that one will come through your email address. That one will be telling you to fill out your DS-260. The second notification letter is going to still come in your email to tell you the medical your visa appointment and where to go for your medicals. So do not use your brother's email address. This is for your own safety. Why? Because what if your brother died and you did not know the password? What will you do? So I need you to use your email address. If you do not know how to use an email address, then go to my WhatsApp group and tell me, Charity, I do not know how to. I don't have an email address and I don't know how to apply anyone. Because for me, I don't take anything for granted. I know there's someone out there who doesn't know how to create an email address. I do know that. So I don't take everything for granted. There are some questions people can ask and they say, no, why are they asking that? No, every question is important. So don't use your brother's. Use your own so that you can be accountable. I'm teaching you guys to be accountable here and to be independent. I want you guys to be independent. Because when you come here in the US and you do not want to become independent, then you will end up being in trouble with your host, because your host is not going to keep you there and be feeding you and paying your bills every time. No. When you come here and you have a host, that host expects you and you have a green card to get a job and get out of their house. That's what they expect. They do not expect to keep you there for 3 months, 4 months. The 3 months, by the time 3 months are gone, you will not be talking to each other with your host. And then you will start saying that your host is bad. No. When you come here and you have won your green card, you should come with your mind on the go. Come, go get your documents, because you can even go the next day. Make sure that you are working on your documents. Go there, do the driving test. If you will not have made it to do driving there, Go to driving school. Like me, I didn't know how to drive. I went to driving school, and then I went and did my test, and I was good to go. So that is why don't use your brothers, use your own. Don't use your husbands, use your own. Please, can you use capital letters? You can use any letters. It doesn't matter. Use any letters as long as you're entering the information correctly. It doesn't matter whether you decide to use capital or small. It does not matter. Application, in an application, can I get to register if reconnection time out or before we submit? Now, I told you if the connection goes away, that form does not stay there, it goes. So that means that you'll have to start a new application. But before you start a new application, kindly give it time to see if it has already said success. Because if it says success and you see the confirmation number and you had done another application and submitted, that will be a double entry. You do not want to do that. You don't want to do that. So be patient, be calm down, make sure that your internet is good. Because even sometimes when I'm doing my stuff here, my internet, it just goes away and I'm like, oops, what happened? So kindly do that. Mary Wanjiro will probably be in UK next year. What happens if I win? Will I have to come back to Kenya, and how long am I given to apply? Yes, you will come back. Now, they don't give you a time frame to apply. They notify you when your visa is available. That is when they will notify you for the interview. Now, like us, we knew in May, and then we filled out our DS-260 in July. Yes. And then we waited. We saw our email to go to the embassy then the other year in January. Actually, it was January something. So that's when we started running. I don't want you guys to run like the way we ran. We didn't even have passports. But that time when we were doing our application, passports were not needed by anybody. But now, and I have seen that question so many times, even in my WhatsApp group, you need a passport for you to do your application. A current one to do your application. Now, hello, Charity Amadeu Felipe. I'm applying for DV. I'm including my children, but I won't go if I win. In DS-260, I have to send his passport. Now, if you are applying for your children and you win, you must accompany your kids to the US, because who is gonna watch your kids? And here is different, because one parent must accompany those children. And of course, the primary applicant, because if you win, you're the primary applicant, all of the other family members are benefiting for you winning. Because that's one visa. Even if it's a whole family of 10, it's just what they classify it as a one visa. It's not 10 visas, it's one. But they need the primary applicant is very important. So there is no way that you will apply and then you will want to leave your kids or whatever. No, you have, especially minors, you have to accompany them to the US, because without an adult, who are you going to send your children to? So, and of course, you can come, if you don't want to come in live in the US, nobody is going to ask you. You can come, you stay, and then you go back, wherever you are, you want to go back in your country, and then you come back. The only thing that you cannot do when you're a permanent resident, you cannot go back and live outside for more than 6 months. You'd have to fill a form. So you can come and go. Nobody is going to care. They won't care as long as you're not breaking the law. They do not force you to come. They don't. It's even there are some people who win a green card and they don't process it. But we said, even if you don't want to come, because sometimes maybe you have a good job and you're living well, do it for your kids, do it for your grandchildren. Now, for example, you have won the green card and then you had gone home and your wife is pregnant. Book that plane and bring that, come and give birth in the US. That child will be a US citizen. So if they are a US citizen, even if you take them back to Kenya and you want to bring them up in Kenya, when they are 18, they might decide they want to come and live in the US. They'll just contact the embassy and go with the birth certificate. They are US citizens. Nobody is going to stop them from coming to live here because they are US citizens. I know personally of kids who had been born here and then their parents went back to Kenya. When they went back to Kenya, they brought up their kids there. And unfortunately, I think that parent passed away. When that parent passed away, when those kids were older, they booked an appointment and went to the American embassy and they went with their birth certificates. And they came back here. So do it for your kids. You know what I mean? Just do it for your kids and you'll be good. Okay, Mary Wanjiro, I think he's saying if you can apply and include the kids but leave them behind. Yes, you can leave them behind first. But you have to fill out that one in the DS-260. You can fill them. You have to tell them that you will travel. But remember, it has to be in a time frame of 6 months, because they will only be given a visa for 6 months. That's it. The visa is stamped 6 months. So they have to be here within 6 months. You can leave them. It's okay. They understand that sometimes you don't have all that fare. It's a lot of money to pay the air ticket. Oh my goodness, it's a lot. Hi, Charity. Good work always. Thank you. Thank you. Let me go back here to WhatsApp and see if there's more questions. Let me add the stream here. Make it big. Okay. So with the right details, okay. Can I use of my phone? Yes, you can. A high school degree is if you have gone up to Form 4. What if someone is a housewife? I answered this one. You must have a Form 4 certificate or a job qualification. Okay. Let me see. This thing is not complicated. Someone is saying it is complicated. Mother and sons. No, it's not complicated. Now, housewife is not an academic background. It is not an academic background. You must have a high school certificate, or you must have 2-year minimum work experience. Now, this one is talking about the photo. I talked about the photo. The house manager said that one is not whatever. So hello guys, I have a university degree. So I should put that as my level of education? Yes, if you have a degree, enter that. High school, if you have gone to high school, it's okay. But if you have not gone to high school and you're just a housewife, it's not bad. I am not trying to put down housewives. I know they do a good job. They do a wonderful job taking care of those kids. But unfortunately, that's not gonna qualify. Let me see if there's another question. Hello Charity, I hope you're doing well. Let's say I did one mistake when I applying. Can I reapply again? No, you cannot. That is why I'm saying you have to be very, very, very careful when you're doing your application. This one, I think I talked to this person, and whatever she was talking about is not like just a big deal. But if you make a mistake of your passport, you make the wrong photo, believe me, you have to do your homework thoroughly. Otherwise, if you do wrong things, sometimes you might be disqualified. That housewife, this housewife discussion was long. It was long. Now, your date of birth, remember you're entering your correct date of birth. Primary, this one is a person from primary school, but they do not have a degree. You will enter primary school, but after you win your green card, you will have to provide a minimum work experience. Now, there's this other one who was asking if you need to attach any copies or for your education. No, you do not need that. You're just doing an application, and that is why I said anybody can apply. We've had even people in primary school who have won the green card, but the hurdle came because they did not have work experience. Okay, so you are not attaching anything. You're just filling that online form. And remember, I said dvprogram.state.gov is where we are going, and you just fill out the form and forget about it. Okay, now I will bring someone who used a temporary passport here, so and I will do an interview. Now all that was about education. I have talked about education. You must have a level of education or work experience. Now, and if you do not understand, because I see mother and son had said, just read his messages. It's tricky. Just write for me. Text me a private message. I will reply to you. And I don't want all of you to text me a private message, because you start saying that I am ignoring you. So I will go back and look at that person, and then maybe I will be able to help him. Okay, now if you do not have this one, they don't have any educational background, but she's a mom and she got married at a young age. Now, why don't you have your husband do the application, and then they put you as the second person? Because if you haven't gone to school, and your husband has gone to high school or whatever the work they are doing qualifies, then let them apply and be put there as the wife. When you come here in the US, when you go to the embassy, they won't ask for your education. They will not, if you are not the primary applicant. Most of these things apply to the primary applicant. So if you are a wife and you haven't gone to school and your husband has gone all the way to high school, let your husband do the application, and then they will put your name there. And after they put your name there, if they win, because you cannot apply as a primary applicant. When they win, nobody is going to ask you that you are a housewife, and no, you are the second person. So nobody is going to ask that. Let me go back. So that one was a long one. So you have to have proof, but you don't need proof at the application. You only need to have a passport and your little photos. The primary applicant must have a passport. The other people, they have to have little photos that qualify. Someone was asking, where is Charity? And here I was sleeping. I saw this message. I was like, oh, I have to tell these guys, because like I said, if you don't see me replying to your messages, I work. I work a 12-hour shift, and sometimes I don't go to my phone until I am done. I will still answer, and that is why I am doing this live, so that I can go through these questions, so that you can whatever. So this one is saying this person was anxious. They can inbox me privately. I will answer them. Oh, that whatever. Now let's talk about this one. I talked about this address. Now this one was good. This one is good. It's okay. You can write like that. If you do not know this zip code, click here. No postal code. Click there. Nobody is going to penalize you. I like these ones that have a little box that says, no, you do not have it. I just click there and I go on. Nobody is going to care about that. Then let's see. I don't know what I was supposed to answer there. I hope that I did answer. So this one was getting an error. The site cannot be reached. If it cannot be reached, that means that there was something with your internet. You know, even internet can get lost even for a second. And if it gets lost for a second or 2 seconds, that thing will go away. So give it time. Try to refresh it. If you still that it is not success, then you reapply again. As long as, and I think so they were asking, I'm getting this error, will I be able to reapply again? Yes, you can, but give it time to see if it went through. If it did not go through, is when you do the application, so that you do not do a double entry. No education background. Now that one you can have your spouse apply. Oh, that was a long one, long discussion. I don't want you guys to be stressed about this thing. What I need you to do is just so Gulf qualifications. If you went to the if you have whatever job that you're doing in Qatar or wherever might not be a job zone, but if you went to Form 4, then you are fine. So hello Charity, I'm working in Nairobi and my kids are in Ushago. Wanaweza pigiwa passport huko then nitume kwa simu? Yes, because everything has to be uploaded on either on the phone or on the computer. Yes, you can do that. Make sure that they follow the requirements of the photo. Please go watch that video about the photo requirements. Now, hi Charity, after winning, do I need a transfer letter from my kids' school? No, you do not. You don't need that one. You know what I did? Oh my gosh. And that's why let me get this one out. When we won our green card, 31 people are watching me. Thank you for staying with me. It's been 1 hour, 8 minutes. I told you I'm not in a hurry. I'm going to answer all your questions. Now, when we won our green card, I told you guys that my kids were in school. So what we did, we went to school, we got all these letters. I went to my son's school, I went and got these letters. I went to my daughter's school, I got these letters, and I put them in my bag because I needed to take them to the school that they were going and give them. But you know what? When I went, they didn't ask me for anything. Actually, they don't care. They don't care. So don't worry about that. You have won a green card. It's a lottery. Don't go stressing yourself with all that stuff. Now, on the other hand, if you have gone to high school and you have gone to university, you will have to carry your certificates. Because when you come here and you want to go to college, you have to show them that you went to high school. And most probably when you go to that college, they will not be able to know that you have gone to high school. Even if you give them your original KCSE certificate, they will direct you to another website whereby you will send your document, and then that those people they see the equivalency of the US education. Okay, when they see the equivalency of the US education, they send to your school, and then your school is able to place you where you are at that moment. So I only talked about those little kids who are in primary. Don't worry about that. But if you have gone to Form 4, you need that Form 4 certificate. You need that degree. You need that master's. You carry that document. When you come here in the US, it has to be verified before you go to college, especially if you want to do something like me. When I went to nursing school, I took my Form 4 certificate. They sent me to that website. I sent them, and then they sent it to your college. That one tells them where you are. But for the little kids, don't worry about that. You'll be all right. Okay. I think I'm almost done here. Where did you take your photo? These ones are talking about a photo. The photo, if you follow the requirements and you tell your photographer, they will be able to get that one. Now, parents with children below age 21, yes. Can a 19-year-old apply as a primary applicant? Yes, they can. I said if you have a child who is 18 and above, 18 and below 21, you include them and have them apply their own, because I know they can win on their own. So let me see if there is more. So I talked about education. So if you do not have it, so what I will need you guys to do when you apply your green card, and forget about it until we check in May. After we check in May is when they will give you the notification when to apply for the DS-260. So don't worry about the DS-260 right now. Do not worry about the host. Don't. Okay. Now, I'm going to read this one. Dear friends, thank you for applying the green card lottery. Stop saying buying to the village people. This is a computer drawing lottery. Continue with normal life whenever you are and start the hustle. Yes. Do not. Let me take this one out. If you have done your application, forget about it. Don't quit your job. When you win the green card, the people who won the green card, I know there are people who won their green card. If you have already won your green card, not right now, the one that you're applying right now, you will know next year. If you have even won your green card, you cannot even quit your job. You cannot even sell your stuff because you have been selected. Don't do that. You only quit your job and sell your stuff after you have been given the American visa to travel. So I need you to be clear on that. So after the application, guys, I need you to calm down, forget about it. Go on with your life, and then in May we'll come and check if you have won. If you have won, don't quit your job. Wait until you get your visa. That is when you can sell your stuff. So I hope we are clear on that, guys. Because we have not yet come to the US here. Okay, now let me see if there's more stuff. And I said if you are married, if you're not married, do not say that you're married. Now, your children, I say they must have photos. If you are a widower, your husband died, you do not need to include their information because they're already dead. If you're divorced, you do not include their information. If you're separated legally, you have to write that person. But even if you win your green card and you have written him, they will not benefit. But if you're separated, maybe you ran away from your husband's house, you have to include your husband there. If your husband moved on, if they have moved on, then you don't have to write them over there. Now, what if they ask you if you are married at the time of her death? No, they will not. They will not ask you all those questions. I do not want you to overthink this thing. Yes, unmarried. So will you go to, no, when you win, will you go with the birth certificate of your child or the death certificate? No. They don't. You will just take the birth certificate of your kids. So let's see. Make sure that your internet is good. Now I'm trying to use my phone, but when I reach the picture, I don't know where to go. Now, have you saved your whatever? Have you saved your photo in your phone? Because you have to save it in your phone for you to be able to put it there on that website. So someone used the phone. Please help. Yes, you can use the phone, but I told you will get challenges with the phone. You will get a lot of challenges, because now this one is not able to do the whatever. But you make sure that you have saved your photo on the phone so that you are able to upload it. Now, my girlfriend died before we legalized our marriage, and we had a son. I want to apply for the diversity. How will marital status? You will say that you are a widower. You will say unmarried because there is no option for a widower. And then because you have a son when you go for your interview, especially when it is a man, sometimes they really want to prove that that is your child. Then that is when maybe you can give them a document like showing that, you see. But here you are saying my girlfriend. So my girlfriend, that means that you are not married. So you write unmarried. So in case they ask for a certificate or something to prove that that is your son, then that is when you will tell them, this is my child, and unfortunately my girlfriend passed away, and whatever. They understand these things. They're human beings. So just write that you are married. So here I have, and most of you guys, the video that I did yesterday, I said, you guys, please go watch that. I have explained everything about the DV. So this one was saying I make a video on kids transition from normal Kenyan school to US system. I talked about that. Job opportunities, I'll talk about that. Job opportunities with person with disabilities, I talked about that and said nobody is discriminated. Mother and sons is saying, how much does one need to have? Now, I'm going to give you a figure of maybe like just an approximate figure, is that by the time you do the application, you get by the time you win the green card, you get to go for your medical, and you get to go for your interview. If you are a single person, it's like 80,000 Kenya shillings, or let me say $800. $800. Now, $800 is for one person. Now you can multiply that with the number of family members, and that is just a rough estimate. That is just a rough estimate that I have given. Do you have a choice of the job you can do? You can do anything you want. You start with the simple jobs, and I will talk about that. Now there is another. I have a champion here who are saying, kindly subscribe to her channel, and also this one wants you guys to subscribe to her. I don't know if it's a her or a him. He's requesting people to subscribe to her channel. Her name is Edith, so go subscribe to her channel. And then let me see. So I had told you guys that I was answering your questions. Does green card comes with any package apart from 5 years legal resident? No, it doesn't have a package. Now I'll talk about that when I get out of this thingy. So I've seen most people have joined. How about single or unmarried? Why should we include your ex when they moved on? No, you don't include them. I said that one. Good work. May God bless you. Pleasure to be here. Can I add my living grown up children 24 and 27? No, don't mention those kids who are big enough. I got married and we separated, but having can I feel as unmarried? No, just feel as unmarried if that person married other people. Then I think I have I've finished those questions. So I want to talk about, I talked about the rough estimate of the money. It's close to $800. So it's not easy, but I know, if you win the green card, even if your parents have a piece of land, convince them to sell a piece of that land. Because when you come here in the US, it is after a short time that you will get, after a very short time, you're going to get that money back and buy that land back. You cannot win a green card and ignore it. You can't do that because that is wrong. So after you have gotten your visa, don't tell them to sell their land when you find out that you have won. No. Get the money to process your green card, your DV. After you process it, and now you have gone to the embassy, and here is the whatever they have given you the visa. Then go to your parents. Go to your if you have a piece of land, sell it. Come and live here in the US. Because when you come and live here, even in less than 1 year, you would have bought that land back. So I know that it's a lot of money. I am not going to say that it's a lot of money. When we won, we didn't have such kind of money. But we had enough. And that is why I know there are problems and everything, but it's always good to have some savings somewhere, because you can be able to process. Now, like us, we were just regular people. And it's not that we were very rich. We weren't. But we have a saving system. We have a very strict saving method. We have a very strict one. So it doesn't matter what you are making, because if you are able to manage 100 shillings, then you can be able to manage 100,000. You can be able to manage a million. So why am I saying that? I am saying that the little that you are getting, Try to save little by little, and then you will be able to have at least something to process. But if you do not have that, you have friends, you have and that's why I said you guys should start doing networking with people who can help you guys. Do not go networking with people who cannot help you. No, do not start networking with people who can add value to your life. Even sometimes I go to my Facebook, I look right now, it's almost 5,000 people. I just go there, I look at all those people. If I look, does this one add value to my life? I get them out. Does this one add value to my life? I get them out. Why am I doing that? Because I want to connect with people who can help me out. Even in this host thing, if you win the green card, if you don't know anybody in the US, and you have been interacting with people who are in the US, you comment, whatever, you're there, now let's assume someone has been coming here every day, and they comment on my stuff. Even if I will not host them, I can recommend them to someone. You see what I mean? So start networking. It's called networking. Look for those people who can add value to your life. If you feel like someone is not adding value to your life, then you should not be involved with that person. And there's one thing that you guys need to learn. You have to learn to say no. Learn to say no. Because I always had that problem before I came here to the US, that everything I would agree to so many. I did not have the courage to tell someone no. So always have to tell someone no. If you feel like that thing is not making you happy, or your heart is telling you not to do it, have the courage to say no. So look for those people who are going to help you, who are going to add value to your life. Otherwise, if you don't have those people what is the point of someone having those so many friends, and those friends are not adding value to your life? So I need you guys to start doing a networking, so that just you involve yourself with people who can add value to your life. Let me see if I have more questions here. How can you know that your photo has been accepted after applying? Now, after you apply, you have saved your photo in the computer. I said you upload it. And when you watch my video, I uploaded a wrong photo because I am not applying for a green card. I'm a US citizen. I don't need to apply for a green card. So before you go there to that photo checker, read the instruction that they want of that photo. Even when you open the website, when you're going to fill out, there is the requirements that they have put there on the photo. And I have made them simple because I've explained them to you. Now, first of all, follow those instructions before you go to the photo checker, because the photo checker is only going to crop your photo to the right measurement. Okay. All right. Let me see. So I talked about submission. Let me see if there's okay, I talked about that one. You can travel after 6 months. I talked about that one. How's the problem of compression done? How is the problem of compression done on photos? I don't know about compression, but I know that when you take your photo, even if it's a digital, it's whoever takes your photo, they can send it in your email. And then when you send it in your email, then you can download it from your email and save it either in your phone or in your computer, because I can see that some of you are using the phone. Then if you have saved it anywhere in your device, it will be very easy to upload it when you are doing your application. Hello, Charity. I'm applying for DV, including my child, but I won't go with him to the USA. Oh, I talked about that one. Hi, Charity. My children, 24 and 27, I said you don't include those kids. Those are adults. Don't include those ones. So tell them to do their separate applications. You won't be penalized for not putting kids who they're still your children. I'm not saying that they're still your children, but they don't qualify. They're not eligible. So don't put them there. Just have them do the application for themselves. Okay, I think I talked about that one. Very informative. Thank you, Kevin. How long will it take to get a job if you move from your host to your own place? Now, when you come here in the US, you must have a host, because in your DS-260, you write the address. And that is why that I will walk you through when you win your green card, how to fill out the DS-260, because the mailing address that you will put that one will be very important. It will be for your host. Now, when you go to your host's house, what the host does is that they are kind of like the guide. They will give you a ride to take you where you'll get your driver's license, where you'll go and get your social, your green card, because you will not get it in the embassy. It is going to come in their mail. Okay. Now, you can decide, I do not want to go and live with my host for many days. I'm going to go and live there for like a week, because maybe you have enough money in Kenya. and you want to come and just you don't want to live with people like us. We had a very good host, but we didn't want to stay for a long time, because when you are independent, you are independent. You do not want to be like a burden to someone. So when you are in your host's house, that is when you will get a job. That is when you will get a job, because when you apply for your ID, they give you something called a temporary ID. Now, that temporary ID, you can use it to apply for a job. When you go to get your social, it takes from 3 to 7 business days for you to get it. So when you have your social and you have your ID, maybe in 2 weeks' time, already you have gotten a job. When you get a job, normally you can go and work in the supermarket, or maybe you can work in homes, because if you want to do CNA, of course, you have to go to school and for 1 month, so that you get your CNA. But there are other homes that do not require you to be a CNA. They will go and train you in their company, and then you can take care of the people maybe who have mental issues or whatever. And I'm saying that because that is what my husband did when we came. He just went, he was hired by this company, and he was just taking care of those people who have some mental disabilities. Now you work there. In 2 weeks' time, you have your paycheck. You have your paycheck. And when you have your paycheck, then you can go look for an apartment. You don't have to go and look for an expensive apartment. You can even go now, like the state, although it depends on the state that you are living in. I live in Kansas. Now, Kansas is very cheap, because even I drive around and I see even some apartments, even for $300, $350, $500. So let's assume the first 2 weeks you made like $700. If you have made that money, then you can move out. Us, we didn't opt to buy the car first. We opted moving out. So we moved out first. Now, I have another friend of mine. She when she came in, where she found a job, she rented an apartment next to the job. So what she didn't have a car for a long time. So she would walk from her apartment and go to work. You understand what I mean? You have to be proactive. So it doesn't take long. So when you come here, do not say that I have gone to America, so I have gone to holiday. No, come with the mindset that I am getting my documents and I am going to work. Because there are so many jobs. You can even go and work in a supermarket. You can go and work in a meat factory. There are so many places that you can work. So it does not take a long time. As so long as you have gotten your driver's license, and as so long as you have gotten your social, it takes fast. So you will not, there is no explanation that you have stayed in your host's house for 6 months. What are you doing there? Because you have a job. Unless you have an agreement that you will be helping with bills. You don't want to be helping with bills in someone else's houses. You want to get out and get your own apartment and start paying for your own apartment and start paying your own bills, because bills here are high. Electricity, phone, internet. You have internet in your house, you pay for it. You have to pay for water, you have to pay for gas, you have to pay for air conditioning. Even the air that I am breathing here right now, you have to pay for it. How do you burden that host? No, I need you to come get a job within the first 2 weeks. You will get a job. Because in those 2 weeks, if you come, maybe let's assume you land here on Monday. On Tuesday, you have gone to look for your driver's license and to get your social, because you just go with your whatever. You'll just go with your passport because it has the visa. Then it's very fast. You won't, oh my goodness. When you come here, forget about what was happening in Kenya. This is US. Oh my gosh, this is US. You want a job and you have the right papers, you will get a job. And do not select. I know you will come from home, you are a doctor or whatever, and then when you're coming here, do not expect that you're going to come and they will send you to become a doctor. It does not work like that. It doesn't work like that. Even when you are a nurse in Kenya, do not expect that you will come from Kenya and you will go direct and become a nurse. No, it does not work like that. We have to do exams. Let's assume you are a nurse in Kenya. You will come, you can do a board exam. You can go and tell them, I want to do the board exam. You can go do the board exam. If you pass that board exam, then they will give you license to practice, because here you must have a license to practice nursing. There are those ones, even a CNA. Now, so I have said, if you don't want to go to CNA school, you can work in, there are those organizations that hire people, and they take care of those people who have some mental disabilities. Now, if you want to do CNA, then it is only 1 month. You will go, you will do your CNA, and when you do your CNA, then you will get a job. So it's fast. Oh my goodness, it's fast. But if you come here with no papers, then you will not get all that advantage. You will not get it. Let's assume you have come here as a visitor. And I have seen people complain. You have come here as a visitor, right? So in the embassy, they knew that you came here to visit. But now when you come here as a visitor, now you expect that that person who you went to their house is supposed to get you a job. Now that person is not able to get you a job if you do not have the right paperwork, unless they have their own job that they want to give you. They are not able to whatever, because wherever you go to ask for a job, they will ask for documentation. And that is why you find that people have come here, and then because that host did not tell them, or the person who invited them, if they did not come with green card or any other good way, because they did not tell them, you end up staying in their house, and maybe in their mind back home, they wanted you to come here so that maybe you can be their babysitter. And when you are their babysitter, they're not even giving you much. Maybe they're giving you like $100 every month. Are you seeing what I'm saying? So it takes a very short time for you to get a job, but you have to know, you have to know how you're coming. And there's something else that I needed to talk about. When you're talking about marriage, the second option is said married and not to a U.S. Citizen or a U.S. legal permanent resident. If you are in Kenya and your spouse in Kenya, that is what you will answer. Number 3 says, are you married to a U.S. citizen or a legal permanent resident? Now, if you have a spouse who is living here in the U.S. and you do not know their status, please call them before you fill out your form so that you can know their status. You need to know their status. Because if someone came here and they have been living here for 10 years, you don't know what is their status, because there are those people who do not have the right documentation. Now, so that you can write there, because you don't know whether they are permanent residents or they are citizens. Now, the easiest way for you to know if someone is a permanent resident or it's a citizen, or even if it's a student, or maybe they are what else? Student, or maybe they have come here to work, they have a job permit, is that those people are able to go back home. If they want to go back home, they are able to go back home. But those people with no papers, they are not able to go back home. They don't go back. They say, yeah, they can stay even for 30 years, because they know the moment they board the plane and go back to Kenya, they will not be allowed back. So you have to know. So when you're filling out your green card and your spouse had come and lived here, and they have never gone back home in 10 years, whatever years, then that person doesn't have the right paper. So do not assume that they are legal permanent resident or they are a citizen and fill out that they are a citizen, because they are not. Living in the US doesn't mean that you are a citizen or a legal permanent resident. There are other ways that people come. You can come as a student. If you come here as a student, when you close school, you can go back home and visit your people. If you come here with a work visa, and you are employed by a certain company, you can ask for permission and go back home. But if you came here as a visitor and you did not go back home, normally they give you a visa for 5 years. Now that visa for 5 years, it expires, right? And that person has decided they are not going to go back to Kenya. Now that person, they don't go back home, like they won't go back home. And some of them, what happens is that, and it's unfortunate, because I know everybody can die, but I'm just going to talk on this, is that if that person is in trouble, or maybe they pass away or whatever, you find that is when they go home. That is what happens. So I need you guys, if you have spouses here in the US, please call them and ask them their status if you're filling the green card, because you do not want to enter that they are legal permanent resident or citizen simply because they live in the US. No, don't make that mistake of doing that. So my WhatsApp link, I'm going to put it here in a little bit. So it's only the primary applicant who should have a passport. Yes, at the day of application, only the primary applicant. But after you win the green card, even those little ones, even if it's a child who is 1 month old, you will get them a passport. Okay. Her WhatsApp is there. I want to scroll because I've been talking. So my daughter is turning 21 next month. Is she eligible? Yes. If she's turning next month, that will be in November, she is eligible. So apply for her, and apply for her and tell her to apply for herself. I pray to be hosted for you, Caro Zambia. I hope that you get it. We'll talk about that when you get there. Okay. A request for a clarification based on applying for USA visa outside my country of birth. How possible is it? And what are the steps to be followed? Well, my visa is expired while outside my country. Now, if your visa is expired, you cannot apply. You cannot apply if your visa is expired because that is ineligible. That is one thing that will make you to be disqualified. Now, if you are outside the country, if you are outside the country, I'm trying to understand your question. If you are maybe, let's assume you are in Qatar, you can apply there, but your native country, you will put Kenya. Your country of residence will be the one that you will put wherever that you're living. I'm a DV 2021 winner, and I'm very disappointed to the extent that I don't want to apply 2020. No, don't be disappointed. I told you guys you must have a stone heart. You have to have that will to go on. This is a lottery. This is a lottery. There are some people who will apply, they will get it for the first time, like I did. There are some people who will apply, they will get it for the 5th time. So don't give up. Just do it. It takes you 30 minutes to do the application, and then forget about it. How much can one earn in a month? I don't know if you're talking about the earnings, but excuse me. Now, here, the wages in the US, you're not paying monthly. You're paid every 2 weeks. And still, it's not like other places whereby they pay you, I think, per day. I don't know if it's per day or whatever. Here, you are paid every hour. Every hour. So if I work for a 12-hour shift, that 12-hour shift, every hour, there's the money that I am paid. So it's every hour. So every 2 weeks, you will be paid. There are some other companies who pay every 1 week. So it depends on where you are working. So there's nobody who's going to keep your paycheck for 30 days. No, it doesn't work here. Tuned in from Nairobi, good stuff, Charity. Thank you for that. Dominic Matata, I am in Peru. Now, your Peru will be your country of residence. And your country of birth will be, I believe, Kenya or wherever you are born. Okay, you mean those who are married by US citizen and they did not have papers, they are not US citizen. Now, if you are married by a US citizen, the US citizen, if it's a US citizen and you are legally married, they can file for you as a spouse. They can sponsor you and file for you as a spouse. Okay? Now, what I said, and I need you to get me right, is that not everybody who lives in the US are US citizens or legal permanent residents. That is what I want you to get. Because maybe someone had been invited here to come for graduation, or they had been invited here to come for a wedding, and then they decided not to go back home. That does not mean that they became citizens. No. It does not mean, even if they have stayed here for 10 years, it does not mean. So you have to call them to ask them, what is your status in the US? But if they are US citizens, then they should be able to file for you, to sponsor you. If you're married to a US citizen, there's a way that they sponsor you. Like me, let me give you an example. I can sponsor my mom to come and live here because I'm a US citizen, or a brother, or a sister. That's what I mean. But it doesn't mean that if everybody is living in the US, they are permanent residents or they are citizens. That is what I tried to mean. So I need you, if you have a spouse in in the US, you have to ask them, what is their status? So that when you're filling that form, you are filling out the correct thing. And I said, if you win here and you live here in the US and you win the green card, then you'll have to contact the immigration office in your area so that they tell you what to do. That is what you do. Thank you, Dominic Matata. I hope I have answered. Good session from Nairobi. That is Odero Omondi. Thank you, dear mom. May God bless you, Lydia BH. Hi, Charity Mary Kwamboka. Good work. Hello again. I am for name. Please explain how to fill it. Give an example now. Philip, I am going to direct you to go and watch the video that I said how to apply the DV Lottery 2023 and win. Now, that one, I have pulled out the form and I have filled out actually, I used my names and I explained. Please go there and watch that video. And at the beginning, it's there. It's there. And you will see it. You will hear and you will see. Okay. My question, if I applied and now in Kenya, maybe next year I go to Qatar and I win, what will happen? Now, excuse me. Now, if you are in Kenya right now, and next year you want to go to Qatar, go on and go to Qatar, because I said our life is not gonna stop because we are filling out the green card. No, go ahead and go to Qatar. If you win your green card, you will not. You will check and you will see that you have been selected. You will not come back to Kenya. You will stay until they send you there. You will fill out your DS-260. You can fill out your DS-260 when you are in Qatar. And then when you get the second notification to go to the embassy and to go for your medical, that is when you will go back to Kenya to process. So go to Qatar, work, win your green card, fill out your DS-260 when you're there. But when they send you the second notification in your email that and give you the date that you are going for your visa, then you will board the plane, come back to Kenya and process. That is how you're supposed to do it. Hannah, Charity, wonderful show. How much is an affidavit of support? I think for me, I didn't pay anything because I had a relative who did that for me. But I think $10. That's 1,000. Hannah Waiganjo, that could be like $10. Go to any office that has an advocate. They will write you whatever, an affidavit. I think it's 10. I don't know how much it is right now. It was 7 years ago. So, and I know before even I won the green card, I had to go and get an affidavit because my name was really messed up. So there were some things that I was doing and my name was just incorrect. So I had to get affidavits on other places, and I only paid like it's just a piece of paper. Just go to anywhere who has an advocate, and they can charge you. I think I would say 1,000 is fair. Please, I'm a teacher. May I continue my teaching profession in the United States? Now, if you want to come here and become a teacher, you can, but you will not come here because you are teaching in Kenya and you come and become a teacher. No, you will not. You will go to school, you will go with your qualifications. They will tell you where to send them, and they will see at the level that you are on. Now, before you become a teacher, you have to do a test. It's called a board exam for you to be certified, and it is different on every state. It is different on every state. So you have to do that. I'm gonna 18 minutes is I'm gonna be here for another 18 minutes. This one it's 1 hour 42 minutes. How long for a green card holder to become a permanent resident? Now, as soon as they stamp your visa with the American visa, now when you're traveling, when you're entering US, you are a legal permanent resident. So as soon as you get your visa and they give you that green paper, when you travel, you come and live here in the US. That moment that you enter the US, you're a legal permanent resident. And you will stay as a legal permanent resident for 5 years. And then after 5 years, then you can apply to become a citizen. Okay. What if you are single? Then after application, you get married with your partner and get a green card. Now, this one I said, if you know that is the right person, like the right person, and you're not going to change your mind, then please, you can get married and then you fill out your application when you are married. But if you are single and you get married and then you want to add that person that you got married to there after you have won your green card, then they are not going to give you. Because if you add people who are not there before, because they might think that is convenience, you know what I mean? They will think that is convenience because, for example, you had a boyfriend and then they hear that you have won your green card and they want you to include them. That will destroy your chances. And I know that question was asked here by another person, and I told them he was saying that the girlfriend had won, and now if the girlfriend could include him in the DS-260. I said no. If she does that, then they will say that they added a person and they will be disqualified. You don't want to do that. So they can always come to the US as permanent residents and then they can get married. Nobody cares. As long as you're following the law, nobody is going to follow you to tell you who you to marry, whatever. They can come back, you can get married, and then they can sponsor you, and then you can live and you can come and live in the US. So that's like that. But don't add people after you win. The people who want the green card, did they get their visa since the embassy are closed? What is different this time since the embassy hasn't fully opened up? Now they give updates. They give updates about what they are doing. So I need you to just stay in touch with that website, travel.state.gov, and also in your respective countries. I know all the embassies, they give out bulletins. So if you go to their website, there is always a notification. If you read those notifications, you are up to date with what they are doing at that time. Once I get the affidavit, do I include it in the DS-260 or will it be needed during the interview? Now, once you get the affidavit, when you're filling out your DS-260, because you're getting an affidavit because your names are different, you will have to send it with your DS-260, because the DS-260, when you fill it, that one you mail it. They gave you an address where to mail it. So you will have to put a copy there. And then when you're going for your interview, you still carry an affidavit. So because you're going with your documents there, an affidavit is still going to be needed. So for the DS-260, when you're sending it, you will have to put a copy there. Thank you for giving us the information. May God bless you. But I have done my application. I was hoping I will join you. Thanks, Haruna Osman. I wish you all the best. I just wish you all the best in this application, and I hope that you win. The people who won green card last year, did they get their interview? Since the embassy, there has been those delays. But what you do, you have to wait for them to notify you in your email. You have to, because if they only notify you in your email when your visa is available. That is when you get the notification. Otherwise, if you have not gotten your notification, that means that your visa is not available. And of course, there have been delays about COVID. So if you want your green card and you still have not gotten anything, they will still send you an email when your visa is available. So just be patient and you will get that. So I've been trying, but it reaches somewhere. It says secure connection failed. Today was my third day trying it out. I mean, many people are applying. Yes, many people are applying. That is why I'm telling you guys to keep on trying. The green card only opened on the 6th. Today is the 9th. Everyone is applying. This is the first week. So it is congested. And also the last week is going to be congested. So keep on trying until you get it. But make sure that after it says it failed, you give it time, because you don't want to enter another information and then you see that it already went. Hi, my question is about my son's birth certificate that his biological dad is on it. I got legally married to another man who is not in it. No, it is not. Now, when you get married to another man and you're legally married or whatever, that man adopts that child. You know, when you get married with kids, that means that man has accepted even you with your whatever, with your with the kids that you're having. So that is the whatever. So you don't have anything. They won't care. You have a legal document with this guy. That is the guy that you're married to. Then you're good to go. That's fine. You don't even have need to contact other person. So we appreciate you. That is Lisa Moneki. I have 30 minutes. How about a baby who was born after filling the DV program? Now, that one happens. And if the baby was born, it's okay. You will report a change of life status. A change of life is called a change of life. So long as you report that in your DS-260, you report that that you had a baby, and then they will what happens is that after you report, then they let you know what to do. But you should not worry. And there was another person who was saying, what if they are pregnant? If you're pregnant and you win your green card, it's okay. It is called a change of life status. And it's very easy. You won't have any trouble because you had a baby. Thank you. That's Hannah Waiganjo. Please, if I win the green card as a single person and you married later, can you bring your wife to stay with you? Now, if you are single and you want the green card, now that is your own green card by yourself. Now you will process it. You will come and you live in the US, and then you can go back and marry your person. But if you add them there after you have won, after you have been selected, and then you checked in May, and then you were selected, and then you get married at May 10, you will disqualify yourself. And I'm going to come back here and talk about the reasons why after even winning the green card, you will be disqualified. Yes, do you have a WhatsApp group? Yes, I do, and I'm going to put that link there, but let me read your questions first. No. Here, I told you guys that I was married, but I was married traditionally to my husband. Now, we didn't have a marriage certificate. We didn't have that one because when you apply for the lottery, you don't know whether you will win. And actually, our minds were not there because we didn't know so much about green card. But when we won, one of the requirements that they needed when they sent us the notification was that they needed us to have a marriage certificate. So we went to our church and we legalized our wedding, and we had that marriage certificate. Now, and then we were like, what if they say that we didn't, we were so worried, just like the questions that you're asking me. I understand you guys because I've been there. We were so worried. We was like, what if they say that we got married after we won the green card or whatever? But then when we went, they didn't ask us about the date of marriage, the date that they have that we had gotten married. After otherwise, the only thing they asked us was like, have you been married to other people? We said no. That was the only thing that we said, and they didn't even ask us about that date. So you can legalize your marriage, because literally what is happening here is that you are not getting married, you are legalizing your marriage. You're legalizing your marriage. So we just legalized ours and we were fine. Now, what they do not want you to do is that when you had applied, you had entered unmarried, because when we did our first application, we entered that we were married. Now, you fill out your form, you say you are single or you are unmarried, and then after you win the green card, you go and get married and you go and take a legal marriage certificate. Oh, that one they are going to doubt. That's what I talk about. So if you're traditional married, just say that you have been married because you're married. You can't say that you don't have a marriage certificate. No, that is just legalizing. It's just making it formal. So after winning, can I get university scholarships for my son? Now, what happens is that when you come here as a permanent resident, when your child is going to school, the government has put in, you can apply for a student loan. Now let me tell you what I did, because I came here as a permanent resident. When I went to school, I applied for a loan. It's called FAFSA. Now that FAFSA, when you apply for it as a permanent resident, not if you come here as a student, as a person who has won a green card. That is what I am talking about. When a child goes to school, they apply for the FAFSA. When they apply for it, it is divided into three. There is a grant. Grant is free money that you are given by the government to go to school, and you do not return that one. That is free. Now, there is another loan that you can pay with interest, and there's another loan that you do not pay with interest. Now, depending on what they are doing, you find that they can use the grant. Now, like when I went to school and I was doing my prerequisites are those classes that you have to do before you choose your major. I did not use any loan. I just used those grants. And those grants are based off of your income and your family size. They look, you have to and of course you have to submit your tax forms, because every year here you are taxed. You have to file your taxes. So it is based off your taxes, because your taxes, they read what you earn, and they have everything about your whatever, about your family size. So the taxes, because as a government document, it tells. So they get grants. So what I did, I used my grants to do my prereqs. And then it's only when I was accepted into nursing school is when I used a little bit of loan money, but I still got a grant. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily a scholarship, it's a grant. Now, if your son goes to school and they want to play in different activities, they want to play basketball, they want to play soccer, they want to swim, you find that there are scholarships they can get based off of on that. And every college here in the US, they have different organizations whereby people apply for these scholarships. The students just apply and you get them. So it's very easy. And another thing, when they come here, your kids as permanent residents, you find that the fees that they are paying is different from international students. If someone came here to study as an international student, they pay more than the permanent residents or the citizens. So that's the difference. So don't worry about scholarships, because when they come here as permanent residents, they get scholarships. I did not talk about when they come here as students. I need you to get right, because I don't want you to get mixed up on that. And I will still come back here and talk about when you come here with a student visa. What are the things that can make one to be denied visa after winning? Adding someone, adding a spouse, adding your children if you did not include them in your first application, being a criminal, maybe writing on social media bad things about US, they will not give you. So I told you guys, if you're writing, and guys, like sometimes I just look at the comments that people make, and I see that someone has made a bad comment. I'm like, really? You think that comment that you make there is not going to be seen by other people? It will be seen by other people. And what I say is that even if you make a comment about something that is not good, for me, it's not going to bother me because I'm just here and I'm doing my life. I'm doing me. So it doesn't bother me. But that comment can be read by someone else. And maybe you come into encounter with that person and it can cost you something. And I'm talking about those people who are used to attack those people who are outside there in the limelight in social media. That's wrong because maybe you know something bad about US. They won't give you, they will deny you. So there are those reasons. And I have done if you go to my to my YouTube channel and scroll, you will find that video, reasons why you will be denied a visa even after winning, because they look at you. If your background, if you have been a criminal, you in your country, then they won't give you. If you do child trafficking, they won't give you. There's so many things that will make them. Before you get that American visa, oh my gosh, you have to be upright. You know, when we went for our interview, when we go to the American embassy, it was funny. There was when you just enter in the entrance, there's a place there that is written the pray area, because it's a serious thing. Oh my gosh, you have to pray about it, because you will have that green card, you have won, and something will make them deny. So there are those reasons, and I have talked about in a video there. How long can you stay in the United States before you're qualified to bring your wife as a single person? Now, when you're a permanent resident, you can come, you can marry, and normally it depends, but it can be faster if you get a lawyer, and it's faster because lawyers, they know how to navigate and just tell you like how it is. So it's easy because you're here legally, and they are not going to stop you from marrying. I got this question about my city of birth. They say don't mention county, district, or state. Now, I was born in a small village, and my country, should I put the name of that village as city? Use what is written on your passport. Just write whatever is written on your passport, and it'll be good to go. What do you answer in case you're asked if you have been married to other people? If one has married after death, just say that you are not married. If you're, there is no way that you are that person left you, and then you'll go to the embassy and say that I was. Just say that you are. If you didn't have something legal, they don't care whether you are married, whatever, to 10 people. What is the proof? Even if that person went to say that I was married to that person and they don't have proof, they will be asked, where is the proof? And that is why you have to have supporting document. This is not like Kenya, whereby you get help because someone. No, you have to have proof. So if you remarried after death, then that current person is the current person. You have legal documents for that, you're good to go. You're good to go, because they don't have supporting documentation to show that you're married to those people. So you should not worry about that. What qualification do you need to start nursing as an immigrant, and age limited? Now, you can go to nursing school after you finish your high school. And normally what happens is that you do not actually need qualifications. You just need to have reached Form 4. It's good. I would say if you have like a C and above, you'd be good to go. But even if you don't have that, you can go and depend when they go and assess, because they will assess your Form 4 certificate and see where you are at. There are some classes that you can do. They will tell you this is where you start. You find like something like math. There is different stages of math. So they look at your math and they tell you can start at the lowest level. Like, for example, you can start with something like college algebra with review, or college algebra intermediate. Okay, so if you are lower level, you'll go to intermediate, and then you go to review, and then you can do college algebra. It depends, but they will still get you there. So you don't have to worry about that. It's like they say that if you have not attained this, no, they look at the level that you are at, and they start you at that lowest level. And then that means you'll do more classes, more prerequisites, because before you get to college algebra, then you'll have done maybe other classes, like 2 or 3 classes of math. Now, like something like even biology, so what do we call it? Anatomy and physiology, because that is a requirement before you go to nursing school. Of course, you'll have to do biology, or maybe they tell you to do something like biology with review. Why? Because they are looking at where you are at. And there are some people like who just go, depending on whatever you have, then you go to a higher. It depends on where you are at. and they will let you know. They will let you know where you are at. So they will help you to do that. So we appreciate from good work. God bless you. Now 1 minute, and I am going to end this live. So just to thank you, please go subscribe to my channel. I hope at one time we were 45 people. I hope that when I go there, I will have more than 45 likes for this video. And please watch that video about how to apply, and you won't get lost. You will not get lost. So for my WhatsApp group, I hope that I have answered your questions. The questions that were here on my screen, I hope that I have answered them. And until next time, God bless you. Let me first of all pull up my WhatsApp here for those people who have not seen it. I still have 32 people. It's been 2 hours. Oh my goodness. Where did I type that? There's so many messages here. Picture. I talked about picture. I told you go watch that video about picture. Where is my WhatsApp thingy? These messages are many, guys. Who else has another question before I find my WhatsApp thing? Let me share it. Let me share it here so that it can be the last message. Copy link. Then I go here, paste it there, and then I enter. Okay, we appreciate the work you're doing. Thank you, Grace Rimo, for appreciating that. I pray one day I will meet, because you're learning a lot from you, but I pray I win. Yeah, I hope that you win too. And that is my WhatsApp link. I have pinned it there. So take that link and share it with people. Take these videos and share it with your friends, because you get benefits, and you get to learn a lot about US. You get to, even if your kids have come here, you get to learn about how to go about it. So until next time, I will end this live broadcast, and God bless you and stay safe.